Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, this is Achit Prabhakar, Solution Specialist from Tech Data, and I welcome you all on behalf of Tech Data and Autodesk for this session of managing time in AutoCAD using Mechanical Toolset. I would like to spend you on this slide for a few seconds. The features and the commands that have been explained in this particular slides are made more specific for this particular topic, and we expect this to be handled on this particular slides as well. Before going into the presentation, I would like to introduce about Tech Data TD Synex, the vast distributor of IT products globally. We are ranked 16 Fortune list of 100 companies, and we do have 22,000 skilled co-workers who are working to satisfy the needs of the customers. We are about to satisfy 1 lakh plus customers globally, and we serve 100 plus companies of different products of IT. And these are the various business units of Tech Data. The part which is highlighted in red is where I come from, that is Data Solution. We are the major distributor for Autodesk business globally. Along with that, we do serve solution provider and also for service providers in terms of Autodesk business. In India, we are led by Mr. Sundaresan K, Vice President and our Country General Manager. We do have offices in various cities, Mumbai, New Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, etc. Along with this, we do have a combination or tie-up with top vendors such as Citrix, Dell EMC, Autodesk, and much more. With that note, I want to jump into the topic of the slide, starting with the benefits of using AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset, managing time using bill of materials in AutoCAD, sharing the BOM, that is bill of materials, with the others, standard libraries, library components. The difference between the standard libraries and the library components will be discussed in detail in the following slides, and also the subscription benefits. As we all know, AutoCAD is more of online software, and we are providing major subscription benefits for the customers who are opting to. And we prefer that these are topics will be covered in the following slides. And if you do have any more questions regarding the session or regarding the product, as discussed, kindly share your questions, and those questions that are being raised in the Q&A tab will be addressed in the end of the session as well. And we do have poll questions that will be launched in the end of the session. So I request every participants to kindly participate in that sessions, and we do have your queries regarding the products, and also the questions regarding the products are also much more important for us. And using the question and answer tab, that will help us to serve you a lot more. Starting with the introduction of Autodesk, we all know Autodesk has been in the market for the decades, and it has been helping the designing sectors and of manufacturing and non-engineering sectors also. But currently, the product which I'm going to explain is all about AutoCAD 2022, including specialized toolset. This is a single product that is capable enough to give you a large variety of productivity gain to around 63%. This 63% is covered when you are working with an individual vertical that starts with mechanical, architecture, electrical, MEP, Plan 3D, Map 3D, and raster design. So if you are familiar with any one of those tool sets, we are happy that you are working with that. Else, if you're not familiar, kindly do share your topics or your answers, which is your currently using software. Have you ever used AutoCAD specialized toolset, the current version? Yes or no? In the chat box, please, so that we can have this session much more interactive. By using the benefits of AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset, I believe this is more very easy to understand. The benefits which you are going to speak is more relevant for the Mechanical Toolset. What is Mechanical Toolset? Mechanical Toolset is a special software that is more capable enough to showcase you the products, and it also helps you and overall productivity to be increased to around 55%. This particular software that helps you to access around 7 lakh intelligent manufacturing parts and symbol libraries that are more easy to access in your design area from your design library or designing standards. Library standards, you can just drag them and place them into the designing table. Along with that, you do have your ability to drag them of standards based on these specific features. So you can make use of manufacturing parts, features, and symbol libraries that are also available. And also you can generate an automated bill of materials for the machining components as well. So you are able to generate a bill of materials for the assembly components and also for the individual parts. For individual parts, you can generate the component detailed description, which helps in terms of manufacturing and assembly. And the parts of detailed description, which includes your detailing tab, automatic ballooning feature, are the part list, part references, and bill of materials. All these characters are being hidden here, and these advanced features where you can that will also help you on generating a major productivity benefit to around 55%. So what is Mechanical Toolset? What is the major benefit of using Mechanical Toolset? By using Mechanical Toolset, there are few commands which we are going to explain in detail, starting with moving the object layers. We all know working with an object layer is a tedious process. You want to mention a specific layer to an object. If you're working with AutoCAD, the differentiation of various components and the differentiation of various sectors of the components which are being used can be mentioned using the layers. So for those layers, what are the more specific options you can make use of? The options of moving the object of a particular layer is totally a different task when it's being compared to AutoCAD lower version to AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset. So when we speak of moving the object layer in AutoCAD LT, you have these 5 options that are to be followed in selecting a project, selecting an object, selecting an reference standard of an object, and selecting on some layers. Along with that, selecting the appropriate pull down from the layers and reselecting those options. So these are the various clicks or various methods of selecting, steps to be followed for selecting or moving the objects. In that category, AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset gives you a major advantage because selecting or moving them to another layer is an easier task. You can just select, move to another layer option. That will help you to move a layer from one object to the other selected layer with just 4 clicks. In an overall, you will have a greater possibility of getting your designs to be done in much more faster and more efficient manner. So when we compare these objects, we are getting a major productivity is that the real value of your time that is being saved. Next, in the option of annotating the mechanical parts. The term annotation, which refers to a great definition of the assembly components or the fabrication components which you are working in. The annotation plays a major role when it is being made with specific for dimensioning either. So for selecting a drafting, for annotating a mechanical part, you have to select a drafting layer, select the dimension type, apply the dimension, select the dimension and add override. And these are the various steps that are to be followed in AutoCAD, normal AutoCAD. And when it is being compared to AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset, you have a greater advantage of selecting or moving those options using the particular option that is available as power dimension. You can just make use of this power dimensioning or select that particular option to annotate your particular mechanical parts, which is then completed within few clicks as well. Workflow, you can increase your workflow of drawing accurate center lines. In terms of mechanical drawing, center lines plays a major role of representing your, even if it is in side views or orientation of any views you're working in AutoCAD, when you're inputting the center lines is made tedious. So for selecting a particular center lines or to create any center lines in your objects using AutoCAD, you have to select a particular layer for the centerline objects. You have to create the tool for drawing the center lines. You have to add the parameters. You have to mark specific options, and you have to adjust the extensions as well. We all know this is a tedious process, but when it has been dragged in the mechanical toolset, you have this major option of drawing the center line with just clicks. You have this option of drawing the center line, select the center line tool that is available and click onto the objects that is available for you to create or place the center line without any deviations. That will also in turn increase your efficiency with a more effective manner. In turn, you will get a real value of your designs with a greater profit of your time. This is a general productivity study that is being taken care of by comparing your AutoCAD with AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset. When it's been compared to a normal AutoCAD, you can find a greater productivity when a normal project has been done, or when you're doing a normal project that is being compared with AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset. A singular project that has been done for 100 hours of a duration that has been completed with just 45 hours of your duration of using AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset. You can find there is an overall productivity to be increased around 55% with a greater advantages as well. Not only limitations, AutoCAD has Mechanical Toolset has major benefits of saving your time in some of the options, such as designing new tray, robot tray clamps, or preparing your assembly with details, calculating the forces and mechanisms. These are the various options that are available that will help you on saving your time as well. For creating your mechanisms or calculating your forces and mechanisms, you can do this basic calculations using AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset, which will save you around 80% of your overall time. So these are the various benefits. I wish to address few queries that are being shared in the chat box. I would request you guys to kindly share. So there were a few questions popping up in the chat box. I request you guys kindly share your questions in the Q&A tab. That will help us to address all your questions in the end of the session, to track your questions as well. Thank you. Next, starting with managing your bill of materials within AutoCAD. So what is bill of materials? How far the bill of materials are more important in terms of manufacturing sectors? What is bill of material? A bill of material is a part that will actually help you on listing of your things. That gets you a major list. To create a list that has major part of ingredients that are being added in your production of your manufacturing equipment and also machining types. It has a greater utility of using raw materials and subdividing parts or sub assemblies, we can say, the items that are to be purchased and much more details of the components. Along with that, the BOM provides a list of items that are to be engineered and the things that are to be purchased as well. So this particular BOM is not only used for the mechanical designers, but also the teams for the entire manufacturing sectors. This plays a major role of adding and creating the list of components that are being added in the assemblies and also the sub-assemblies. In terms of communication, this is a key part or key parameter that gets combined or gets communicated within the departments. You can see the bill of materials as being used in various departments to increase the productivity and also to increase the communication processes. It is a single source of truth that gives you a detailed description of components that are being described and also being used within assembly based on the quantity, based on the description, based on the parameters, or based on the specifications as well. It is not specified that you have to create only one BOM for one particular drawing. You have a vast variety of adding several bill of materials for a particular drawing in various variations. A particular BOM may contain the item numbers alone. The particular BOM may contain the list of items that are being used in an assembly that includes all the sub-assemblies, all the manufacturing parts, and all the bought out parts as well. Also, there may also one more list of bill of materials that can be generated only for the bought outs as well. So these are the various kinds or the rectifications parts that are available for bill of materials in terms of adding or communicating or giving you a list of items that are to be purchased for your designing purposes. How do you manage a BOM? So I believe everyone would have created bill of materials in your manufacturing sectors. Have you ever created any border for a particular BOM? This is a particular tool that is available in AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset that is being supported using the command aim title. The drawings that contains the border BOM will have the functionalities of adding the ballooning items with an automated feature. The mechanical structure is enabled. This is a specific feature or specific part that is available in the workstation or work current of AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset. This current structure that helps you to create an assembly or create an BOM for all the assemblies in the mechanical structures. The information of all the parts are also added in this particular type of assemblies. The information may contain the description, the manufacturing parts, the list of components that are being used, the specification, description based on the specifications, and much. What are created in BOM? A BOM may contain the parts, the part references, assemblies. So what is a part and what is a part references? I do want to make sure you get clear idea of both the topics. The parts are the list of components, mechanical components or the real components that are being made or that are being available for the assemblies or for manufacturing sectors. The part references are totally different. It is a replication or it is a part where how your bill of material, how your part is going to be represented in the bill of material. We can say it is a linking reference to the bill of material to the part in your assemblies. Assembly or the components that are being added in the bill of material gets automatically updated. Assemblies are also named as a list of components for your entire manufacturing. Bill of material normally automatically updates when you add your components in the assembly or you do edit in your components in the list of assemblies as well. The particular part reference are more important in terms of assembly creations because part reference plays a major role in representing the parts that are being added in the assembly topics. Creating balloons are the part list, whichever is easy for you, because balloons that actually gives you an exact representation in terms of sequence of numbers. Part lists are also an updated feature that gives you a link of reference between balloon and the BOM. So it is not only a standard method that you create a BOM and you create a part list later and you create a ballooning. We prefer to do that if you still forget to generate your bill of material, but instead you have added some of the parts and you should add to balloons as well. AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset will take care of those features of creating an automated bill of material for the entire bill of balloons that are being added in your assemblies. So it is easy. Either you create a bill of material or BOM later, which you can generate your balloons in, or else you can also generate your balloons later, which you can make use of AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset to generate the BOMs. It is not specific that you have only one particular BOMs that for an entire assembly. Instead, you can have a list of multiple BOMs for a set of assemblies as well. The particular bill of materials may contain various differentiations, adding more specific for bought-outs, manufacturing parts, and the list of components. So we are speaking of the feature of BOM. So we do want to know how do you want to share them with others. So these are some of the advanced features that are available here in AutoCAD when it is being compared to AutoCAD LT. Sharing the data or sharing the bill of material to others is a easier process. You can just directly share your drawing. Else you can also share your entire bill of materials in terms of an Excel sheets or as a spreadsheet. This will also help your respective team members to extract the data from the list of components that are being generated. Or also you can have a table that is being generated and export those tables to live action of components to be listed in. Standard libraries. What do you mean by standard libraries? When we follow manufacturing standards, we are in a situation that we do follow some of the standard parts, right? For defining a particular standard or defining any particular dimension for a particular drawing, we do follow some of the standards. In terms of AutoCAD Mechanical Toolsets, there are n number of standards that are being available, starting with various standards of IS or ISO or DEN and much more standards. You can define which standard to be used in your particular drawing as well. To comply your entire drafting standards in particular standard of creating your drawings is also possible. You can create all your standards based on your standards which you are going to work in. Access for the filtered list. So what is the list of components you do have in the list of standards is that the components based on the bought outs, that might be fasteners, or that might be the bearings, or that might be various other n number of components. Those components are being categorized based on the standards here. You do have the content libraries that can be installed while that can be created or that are being added normally during the installation. AM content library is a command that is available for you to access. Using this particular command, you have a greater trend to access of various standard libraries in your designs. Across, you have the option of installing various standards also during the installation of your software. Additionally, AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset has a greater commands to access all the parts and the features based on the categories. The parts and features refers to the cut through or any holes, especially for the fasteners, thread type holes, or any standard holes, any bearing holes. All these standards, apart from that, the features such as representation of your entire welding marks, representation of your entire features based on the hole callouts and much more. All these standards or all these features are available where you can install them and make use of them on your convenient access of filtered list of features. Inserting the parts and features. How do you insert any parts or the features into a library? It is similar as you insert any specific particular part from your library. It is as easy to drag them and place them in the design area without any time. You can also make use of inserting the standard drawings in a multiple BOM updation automatically. AIM content library can help you on selecting any standards based on the custom part of installation. These are the various options that are available along with the part of component library component feature. Libraries are, as I said before, there are 7 lakh intelligent library features that are available for you to access. These libraries are the commands that are being used regularly by the design engineers on your organizations. You can create n number of folders and subfolders if you do have any standards, or if you do have any repeated library components that have been created on your own organization. You can make of those list of components in your libraries as well. You can select any objects in the drawing in a library, and also you can add new drawing files, delete the existing drawing files, and add the folders for the libraries. So adding the path for the particular libraries are easier when you are just comparing them to a various options. Selecting the drawings in the libraries are easier, just drag them and place them from the designing area. The window, that specific the component which you are just selecting from the window, will display the component in a basic method of the singular front view, or it also gives you an option to project that particular in a top view as well. You have this option to select what kind of view you want to project in for the selected library component. You can connect external directories, libraries, and catalogs of the library to the libraries as well. So as I said before, it is not restrict AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset is not restricting you to work with only the components that are being added as library. Instead, you can also make use of the list of the library components that are being shared and that are being added to the library that are all already available in your design area as well. Structure. The structures that represents the method of the libraries of components that are being placed, folder shortcut menus, and the file shortcut menus. These are the various shortcut menus and the structures that are being followed by AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset. In terms of library structure, this particular library structure will give you a definition to search the library components from the structure of library standard paths that are available based on the image representation, or based on the folder representation, or even the file representation. You can also search them based on the specific catalogs that are available. You can just search for those items in the search box. That will also help you on adding them into the parts and libraries. Adding subscription. What are the benefits of subscription by using AutoCAD? We all know AutoCAD has come up with a major option of subscription models in just converting your term license or your perpetual license into term licenses for 1 and the 3 years. So we help you on understanding what are the benefits that can be gained using AutoCAD mechanical to subscription benefits for the customers. Starting with the current version, AutoCAD mechanical or AutoCAD toolset, on each and every updates or each and every patches, there are a number of updates that are being transferred for you to make use of. Starting with the current version, AutoCAD gives you an option of trace command that is applicable in all the versions, such as making this option in the desktop, your laptop, and also your mobile application. You have this greater opportunity to use this particular versions in various displays. This actually helps you to streamline the review and enhance the collaboration within your team. Sharing your files. Now it is no longer required you to send your entire drawing file to your registered for drawing for approval. Instead, you can make use of this particular share command that will help you to share your drawing to with the limitations to make sure your drawing has been controlled over certain limitations to be viewed, only viewed, or that can also be edited. You have the control over the drawing so that the drawing will be available for the link that you are going to share via mail for 7 days, post which the link gets deleted or the drawing in the link gets deleted automatically. Count command, this is also an advanced feature that helps you to count or make use of the block elements that are being available. This particular count command actually helps you on generating the bill of material also, we can say. This also helps you to export the output in the dynamic table, and also in an advanced, this gives you a greater advanced utility to count the number of blocks and the geometries to be repeated in the drawings for generation of the tables. Push Autodesk docs, improve the efficiency and reducing the steps by publishing the AutoCAD into the PDFs and also from the Autodesk docs files. You can save your entire drawing files in the Autodesk docs with a greater utility of making use of Autodesk Drive option with a limitation of 15 GB of access. You can save all your files there also for your future references. Floating window is another featuring application or featuring object that is available. This particular option will help you on viewing your drawing in different windows in a similar iteration, so that you can view what are all the updates or what are all the changes that are being made, that also gets updated without any time. Enhancements. The enhancements are not limited. Each and every year there are a number of enhancements that have been growing up daily. In this particular application or particular version of AutoCAD, we have those following enhancements. Along with that, you have this particular customizable installation, graphic improvements, and also redesign start tab. So these are the various enhancements that are available in the current version. So these are the various topics also, the major benefits of using AutoCAD Mechanical Toolset.